Needs a shoulder to cry on.
Hi friends, welcome back to my kitchen and welcome if you are new. I'm Cheryl, this is Table Full of Joy. And I am excited to be back in the kitchen after a very long kind of not planned hiatus. I had the flu and I thought I was over it, and then I relapsed and I was down all week 2 weeks ago. I am just now starting to recover. You can still kind of hear it a little bit in my voice. Excuse me if I cough. I am still battling this cough that just won't go away, but we're on the mend and we're back in the kitchen and I'm excited to start getting some things done. I have neglected my kitchen for so long and it just feels good to be back in here again. So my hubby has been amazing through this whole entire sickness over the last few weeks, and we've just been eating soup and sandwiches and whatever is quick and easy. I don't normally do that, but I literally was down for an entire week with this flu. So I'm gonna make him some sweet treats today. He's out working for a lady at church who suffered some damage during the storm that we had. We had a bad ice storm about a month and a half ago, and she had a lot of damage at her house. And so he's there today helping her. So I thought I would surprise him today when he comes home with a couple of special little treats for him for today and for this week for in his lunch. So I have these amazing little silicone donut pans that I got from Amazon. Hubby is not a huge fried donut fan, but he likes baked ones. And I found two recipes that we're gonna do today: a strawberry lemonade one and a blueberry lemon. He loves lemon, that's his favorite flavor. So we're gonna make the strawberry ones first. We're gonna get these done. They're super easy, super quick. Get these in the oven so that he can have a little sweet treat tonight when he gets home from helping our sweet friend from church. So let's get these made. All right, so we need to get our wet ingredients mixed up first. So we've got our, got a bowl here. We're gonna put 2 eggs in here. We're gonna mix all of our wet ingredients up first, and then we will add, or mix up our dry, and then we'll add our wet to our dry. These are super quick, super easy, and hubby is going to be so excited. We have 3.5 tablespoons of melted butter that I cooled so that it will not scramble my eggs. I've got 1/4 cup of milk. I've got 1/3 cup of honey. I need to grab a spatula so I can scrape that off. Honey is so expensive. Oh my gosh. I get it at Costco, but it is so expensive. And I have, it calls for 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. That's not enough for me. So I have about a tablespoon probably of lemon juice in this. And I wouldn't put my zest right in there with the juice. Let's get a little whisk, and we're gonna whisk all of these wet ingredients together. This recipe says it makes 6 to 7 donuts. I'm not positive how many it's gonna make in those pans, but okay, I think that's good. Let's go ahead and get our dry mixed up together. So we've got 1 cup of flour. We need 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I'm using Redmond's real salt. If you guys are new around here, this is my favorite salt. It is the purest salt that we can get in this country. We also are going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And that's all of our dry ingredients. That's it. We'll get the lid later. Go ahead and give this a whisk and just kind of lighten everything up. All right, we're going to add our wet right into our dry mixture. We want to make sure we get all of that zest. I'm going to grab my spatula and use that so we don't miss out on any of that lemon zest that's kind of sticking to our bowl. And I don't think you have to spray these, but I'm going to, because I want to make sure I can get these out of the pan and they're not going to stick. All right, just going to use my whisk again. I'm just going to whisk up this batter real quick. Make sure we get the flour mixed in, and then I've got roughly 1/2 cup, probably a little over 1/2 cup of some fresh diced strawberries. I don't know that I would use frozen because I think the frozen ones would bleed and it just would make a red batter, and I just don't know that it'd be super pretty. So try to use fresh if you can. All right, and that's it, friends. That's all we have to do to this to make these donuts. So let's get them put in our pan. We've got our oven preheated to 350 degrees. These are super easy to use, super easy to clean. I'm just gonna use a spoon, I think. If you wanted to, you probably could use a pastry bag and use that without a tip on it, so that you have just a plain hole in the bottom of your pastry bag to be able to pipe the batter into your donut pan. But I think we're gonna be fine just like this. I'm gonna make sure we don't overfill these, because you don't want them to like puff up over this, because then you won't have that hole in the middle of your donut. These are gonna bake for about 8 minutes, I think it said. So they don't have to bake a super long time, but I just love how quick these are. How fun would these be for a brunch? This strawberry is very springy to me. These would be super fun. Maybe to do a pink glaze on them for spring and put these out on a brunch table would be amazing. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get these in the oven 350 for about 8 minutes. All right, so the strawberry lemonade, can't even talk, lemonade ones are in the oven baking. While those are doing that, we are gonna get started on the lemon blueberry ones. So those can go in the oven, and then we're gonna let everything cool, and then we'll come back and we will do our glaze. I'm gonna do the same glaze on both of them. The glazes are very similar in the recipes. I'm not gonna make 2 separate glazes. I just don't feel like there's a need to do that. So I'm just gonna use the plain lemon juice, lemon zest, and powdered sugar for the glaze on both of these donuts. So let's get the blueberry ones made. All right, again, super easy. We've got 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. We've got 1/4 of a cup of melted butter. We have 1 cup, it says buttermilk. I don't keep buttermilk in my house, and so I just put a little lemon juice in with my milk. Excuse me. I'm gonna whisk these just real quick, just a little bit. I'm gonna add in my, whoops, there goes my whisk. Swipe off the handle. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put our eggs in. We're gonna get these whisked up. I love how easy these are. We're gonna put a little vanilla in. This is one time that I won't go super heavy on the vanilla because I want that lemon flavor to really come through. Let's get those eggs mixed into this really well. All right, I'm gonna put my lemon zest in this instead of adding it later. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the zest of 1 whole lemon. Oh, this lemon just smells amazing. To me, there's something about the smell of lemon that just says spring to me. I don't know why, it just does. Maybe it's just the freshness. Again, when you're zesting, make sure you're not getting any of the white. You just want the yellow, because that white pith is very, very bitter. All right, now we're gonna get our dry put in. All right, we're gonna put in 2 2/3 cup of flour. We need 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. and a half teaspoon of salt. And we forgot to put in our vegetable oil. There's a 1/4 cup here. We're just gonna put that in now. It's gonna be fine. I find myself doing that more and more. I think it must be my old age is kicking in. All right, I'm gonna whisk these things together. It says the batter's gonna be thick, so I may have to switch to a spoon, but we're gonna start with the whisk. Then we're gonna fold in a cup of fresh blueberries. This made a little bit bigger batch than the strawberry lemonade ones, and so I have a feeling we're gonna have probably twice as many of this one as we did the strawberry lemonade. All right, let's get that off of there. We're gonna switch to a spatula, a rubber spatula, so we can fold in our blueberries. We wanna be really careful not to break those up. All right, so I have some fresh blueberries. Want to just kind of look through them real quick, make sure we don't have any. Fruit this time of year is really finicky. So I just want to make sure, like I found a couple of blueberries that aren't super fresh. All right, so we're going to put in a cup. I may go just a hair over a cup. Mine are pretty big. I did a Walmart order, and the guy that picked my blueberries this time was very generous with how big they were, which is not a bad thing. But like I said, I'm gonna go a little heavy on them because I wanna make sure we get blueberry in all of our muffins. Or not muffins, but donuts, good grief. All right, let's go ahead and fold these in, being really careful. All right, I think I'm gonna add just a couple more. Like I said, I wanna make sure we've got plenty of blueberry in all of our donuts, that they've all got some blueberry in them. So just for good measure. All right, let's go ahead and get these put in our donut pans. All right, so I'm just gonna use my fingers to kind of guide this dough around the I can smell the strawberry lemonade ones. They smell amazing. Hubby is going to be super excited tonight.
Everyone needs a shoulder to cry on. Everyone needs a helping hand. Everyone needs someone to rely on. Yes, everyone needs a friend. So let's come together, celebrate each other, stand united as one. We'll lift our hands up and pray, lay all our love before Him with all of our faith. He is the change within us, there is a light. Let Him lead the way, lift our hands up and pray today. Oh, pray. Everyone needs somebody to lean on. Everyone needs someone who cares. If we come together as one, help each other get stronger. We are bound in the name of the Lord. So let's come together, celebrate each other, stand united as one.
All right, that pan's gonna go in the oven. All right, friends, So our blueberry ones are cool, and we just got them on our cooling rack. We have our strawberry lemonade ones that we need to do next. We need to get those out of the pan. We need to get our glaze made real quick. And then we're just gonna barely dip the top of these. I don't want a whole lot of glaze on them. I don't want them to be overly sweet. We're gonna put just a little bit of glaze on them. We're gonna let them sit and dry, and they're gonna be incredible when my husband gets home. So let's get them finished. So I've got my glaze started. I'm just gonna cut a couple of lemons in half and juice them right into this powdered sugar. I'm not quite sure how much lemon juice I'm gonna need. So we're gonna start with 1 lemon for now. I went ahead and zested the lemon as well, so we've got that bright flavor from the zest. And let's see how we are with this 1 lemon juiced and see if we need to add a little bit more. My powdered sugar was a little clumpy. I probably could have sieved it, but I don't have time. And I'm still running really low on energy right now. So I'm trying to conserve my energy as much as I possibly can. I think that's a good consistency. I think we're gonna stick with just that right there. And like I said, we're not going for a really heavy glaze for these. They're just gonna be dipped, just the top. So here is our strawberry lemonade ones. And as I said, you want these to cool completely in these molds, because if you try to remove them too soon, they're gonna fall apart. They really have to set up completely. So you just get them loosened and then just use your finger to kind of just pop them right off that little nub right here in the center. Now this recipe did not have baking powder in it like the blueberry ones did, so that's why we don't have quite as much, or it had baking powder, it didn't have baking soda, so we don't have quite as much of a lift on these as we do the blueberry. But you know what, it's going to be fine. I think they're all going to be incredible. Hubby is going to be super surprised when he gets home to see his little treat. He'll probably have 1 or 2 of these in the morning with a cup of coffee before we head to church. I am just having issues today. So the blueberry ones definitely, the blueberry itself, when it heated, it definitely ran over. So if you do these in these molds, make sure that you put them on a sheet pan before you put them in the oven, because it would have been a mess all over in my oven if I wouldn't have had these on a cookie sheet. So, all right, one last one. These strawberry ones definitely stuck a little bit more than the blueberry. But you know what? They're all going to be incredible. All right. So I think I like the bottoms of them better. So I'm going to flip them over, and that's the side, at least on the blueberry ones. Yeah, the blueberry ones, I like the bottom. The strawberries, I'm going to go ahead and leave it. The tops up is what I'm going to glaze. But the blueberry ones, I definitely like the bottoms of them better. So I'm going to flip them over. We're just going to give them a really quick little dip in our glaze. Like I said, I don't want a whole lot on them. And I might leave a few without. I used up all the powdered sugar I have in my house. So if I don't have enough to do them all, I'm not going to worry too much about it, because hubby will probably want to try a couple of them without glaze on them. So we're just going to go ahead and start just a little bit of a dip. Like I said, we're not going for a whole lot of glaze. We're not glazing the whole donut. We're just doing a little bit. So I think I'm going to just do the blueberry ones first. If I have enough glaze to do the strawberries, then I will. I have a piece of parchment paper down underneath my cooling rack so that as these drip, they're going to drip right on top of that parchment paper. and it can just go right in the garbage. I think these are going to be incredible with a cup of coffee. I just think they look so pretty. And as I said at the beginning of this video, I think these would be amazing on a springtime brunch table. I think they would be beautiful instead of doing bread or, you know, muffins or something like that. These were super easy. They're super pretty. And I am running shy on glaze. So as I said, I think I'm just going to leave the strawberry ones without. And I have a few blueberry. I'll have a couple blueberry here without any glaze on them. That will give hubby a couple without glaze, and then he'll have some with the glaze on. But these are going to be so good. All right, friends, I want to thank you so much for joining me in my kitchen while we made these beautiful blueberry baked donuts, our strawberry lemonade donuts. These are going to be delicious with a nice hot cup of coffee in the morning before church. Hubby's going to enjoy that. I'm sure he'll have some tonight when he gets home from working with a friend. So these are going to be incredible. I want to thank you guys again so much for joining me in my kitchen as we made a delicious little treat after being out of the kitchen for a while, being sick. I am really feeling tired right now, so I'm going to end this video. I'm going to go relax for the rest of the afternoon. I do have a new recipe I'm going to make for dinner, but it's still early enough that I can go just kind of maybe take a little bit of a nap, rest up before I need to make dinner. But friends, if you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video. And friends, we'll talk to you guys in the comments. Have a great day and God bless.
Lay all our love before him with